money you currently spend on agency costs, as an example, on direct sourcing methods instead, would you see the same or better results compared to using an agency? So let's just say you spend £80,000 on agency costs per year. Take that £80,000 and use that on direct sourcing methods, job boards, local advertising or newspapers, doesn't matter. Will you see the same amount of quality candidates coming through that process compared to using an agency? If the answer is yes, I will see more better results, then you're probably not seeing a greater return on your investment using agencies. If your answer is no, then obviously then you probably know deep down inside then what you're spending your money on is worthwhile. Because I've met several professionals that say, oh, my agency costs are too high, I don't know how to reduce them, it's frustrating. But at the end of the day, if you take that money that you're spending on agency costs and are not able to get the same amount of quality candidates through direct sourcing methods, then it's probably worthwhile. Now, I do apologise, I was going to show you a YouTube video just to put this a little bit more into perspective, but unfortunately it's not working, so just bear with me on this one. But one of the first things I had to do, so when I first started with Avenues, one of my objectives was to save the company money when it came to agency costs. And when I first started, I had managers doing all sorts of things, doing their own recruitment basically. I had a manager over in Kent, he wanted us to put several people that were working for him as an agency. He would interview, job offer literally on the same day, then automatically then from the recruitment perspective, we would then have to, obviously process offer paperwork and then pay a completely unreasonable temp to perm fee, which obviously wasn't not helping our budget whatsoever. I then had other managers over in Surrey that because they've been very used to spending huge amounts on bus stop campaigns and massive big advertising that we just couldn't afford to do, they'd expected the same level of advertising, which I was just a bit like, no, we're not spending that. And there was no standardised process and no sort of uniformed way of thinking, especially when it came to cost. So therefore, I had hiring managers basically doing their own thing, spending what they wanted, as long as they saw somebody in that seat, in terms of as long as their vacancy was filled, that's all they worried about, and they sort of left the cost element a little bit down to us, which was a little bit unfair because their actions then resulted in us having to pay huge amounts of fees. So the first thing that I had to do was to get everyone working on site. And even today, 8 months later, it's still a little bit of a battle, but I'm pretty sure that I've at least got 90% of the managers on side in terms of working their way I want to work. So again, as HR professionals, I guess it's down to us to go to a hiring manager to sort of build up